Have you ever laid in bed, replaying a conversation from 6 hours ago, wondering if you sounded stupid? Have you ever made a simple decision feel like a life or death choice? What if I told you, you're not an overthinker, you've just never been taught how to think properly? Because overthinking isn't thinking too much, it's thinking without direction. And once you understand the difference, you'll never call yourself an overthinker again. Most people say overthinkers are anxious, insecure, too emotional. But that's not the full story. Overthinking is usually a sign of intelligence, mixed with a lack of mental training. Imagine this. Two people experience rejection. Same message, same words. The first person feels it, processes it, and moves on. The second replays it, analyzes every sentence, rewrites the past, predicts the future, questions their worth. Same event, different internal skill set. Overthinking doesn't start because you're weak. It starts because no one taught you how to close mental loops. Your brain is designed to solve problems, but when it doesn't know how, it keeps the tab open. And the more tabs you keep open, the louder your mind becomes. In this video, I'm going to give you a clear 3-part shift that will help you stop fighting your mind and start directing it. Because the goal isn't to think less, it's to think better. I'll break this down into 3 psychological shifts. Number 1, you don't have a thinking problem, you have a control problem. Overthinking feels like depth, but most of the time, it's lack of control disguised as depth. Here's what I mean. When something uncertain happens, your brain searches for safety. It asks, what did this mean? What will happen next? How do I prevent this again? That's not weakness. That's your survival system doing its job. But here's the mistake. You try to answer emotional questions with logical over-analysis. Imagine 2 people waiting for a reply to a text. The first notices the anxiety and says, I don't control their timing, then shifts focus. The second builds 10 scenarios. They're losing interest. They found someone better. I said something wrong. Same uncertainty, different control response. The moment you separate what you control from what you don't, half the noise disappears. Overthinking isn't solved by more analysis. It's solved by clearer boundaries. Number 2, awareness is not rumination. A lot of people confuse self-awareness with overthinking, but they are opposites. Rumination is repetitive and circular. Awareness is reflective and progressive. Let's make it simple. Rumination sounds like, why am I like this? Why do I always mess things up? What if I ruin everything again? Awareness sounds like, that comment triggered me. Why did it trigger me? Oh, it touched an insecurity. And then it stops. Awareness leads to insight. Rumination leads to exhaustion. Here's the key difference. Awareness asks one clear question and moves forward. Rumination asks the same question 50 times with no intention to act. If your thinking doesn't lead to a decision or lesson, it's not growth, it's mental spinning. And once you recognize the spin, you can interrupt it, not by forcing silence, but by demanding direction. Number 3, your mind needs closure. Your brain hates unfinished stories. That's why you replay arguments. That's why you rehearse future conversations. That's why you imagine worst-case scenarios. You're trying to create closure. But here's the paradox. You're trying to create certainty in an uncertain world, and that's impossible. Instead of asking, how do I make this outcome safe? Ask, how do I make myself stable, regardless of the outcome? There's power in that shift. Let's go back to rejection. One person thinks, how do I make sure this never happens again? The other thinks, if it happens again, I'll handle it. That second mindset closes the loop, because stability isn't controlling life, it's trusting your response. Overthinking decreases the moment you trust your ability to handle discomfort, not avoid it, handle it. And that's a skill you build, not a personality you're born with. So the next time your mind starts racing, don't ask, how do I stop thinking? Ask, what problem am I trying to solve right now? If there's a real action, take it. If there isn't, let it close. Your brain doesn't need more noise. It needs resolution. If this changed how you see your own mind, subscribe. Because in the next video, I'll show you how to train emotional stability so situations don't shake you as easily. And if you've ever called yourself an overthinker, comment the word aware. I want to see how many people are ready to upgrade their thinking. You're not broken for thinking deeply. You were just never taught how to direct it. And once you learn that skill, your mind stops feeling like an enemy and starts feeling like power. Take care of yourself, think clearly, and I'll see you in the next one.